their centrality to democracy and sustainable development. Information and communication societies must be inclusive so that all people without distinction of any kind can achieve their full potential. Principles of non-discrimination and diversity must be mainstreamed in all ICT regulation policies and programs. So I think this was drafted in 2003. We then had the Tunis phase of WSIS and then the IGF. And the reality is that, in fact, the way in which rights has been discussed or not been discussed in the IGF in no way takes cognizance of what civil society posed as how it should be done. The situation has been for us, those of us working within the IGF, and not just civil society, there are many governments who've also been putting rights on the agenda, is that it has featured in two of the IGF themes, the openness theme and the access theme. But it's featured in a very limited, one-dimensional way. In the access theme, there's been some focus on the importance of rights to access, rights to infrastructure, very little focus even on public access. So in fact, it has not been about the right to people, to the capacity to express themselves or participate in society more effectively. It's been about access to technology. And so it's been very limited, and attempts by civil society and other actors to have a more integrated approach to access rights, integrating ideas of social and economic rights, have not been very successful. In the openness theme, there's been, I think, perhaps more success in discussion of rights. The first IGF took place in Athens, and for those of you who were there was a confrontation at the openness main session between Google and someone from a human rights organization, from Amnesty International. But again, it was around a very, very specific exercise of restriction. And again, there was no real comprehensive approach. This is one of the reasons why the Internet Rights and Principles, the Dynamic Coalition for Internet Rights and Principles, was formed. And civil society has, in fact, at every preparatory meeting for the IGF, tried to have human rights focused prominently, and in fact, last year in preparation for this session, tried to have human rights as a main session for the IGF. And it's not been successful. We do feel, however, that last year with the participation of Frank LaRue, the Special Rapporteur at the IGF, that there was a feeling that perhaps there is more engagement with mainstream human rights organizations. And it's that what this event really wants to focus on. So